It's January 2025. Hello everybody, Mario from Mario's Bonsai World here in the Tokonoma at the studio, and today I would like to introduce you a very special tree that has a long history, and we are together from 20 years or maybe more, a little bit than 20 years. It's a special tree for me because while I was studying in Japan, I always asked Oyakata that one day maybe we can go together to dig some Yamadori. Of course, this idea about the fantastic, juniperus that is growing in the mountain of Niigata, and we can go there and dig and maybe make the tree in the future. This inspired me so much, and the motivation to dig some trees was so high that I always tried to go with Oyakata. And one day, finally, he decided we can go. He said that in the morning we just take the van and we go together to dig some Yamadori. I was surprised because when the day came, he just took the smallest van and he said, we're gonna go to dig some trees. Well, it was very good, but I was surprised that how we're gonna put the big trees in the van. So this was my knowledge, absolutely no knowledge about Japan and anything what was happening there. We drove maybe 30 minutes and suddenly he stopped in the middle of the jungle and he said, here there are plenty of Yamadoris. I didn't know what to expect, what type of trees, but he said, look, many. So we enter a little bit inside and he said, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the place that we can dig the trees. He take the saw, he gave me the saw and he said, cut here. And basically, we cut all of the branches. It was a trunk, basically, not very thick trunk as neither. We cut, leaving only a small stump, and the rest was maybe kind of nebari, but not even visible because everything was inside the soil. And he said, "Okay, dig it here." So I dig 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know how many. Don't remember. I remember that I kept only 4 from this trip. We come back to the nursery, we wash out basically the trunk, we put it in the pots, and the trees sprout very well, all of them, so it was a surprise. At this time I didn't know even what was the variety of the trees. Later on I discovered that this was Elagnus, type of Elagnus, probably Elagnus pungens, the most common in Japan. And little by little, he introduced me how to make from this raw material, very like stump trunk, how to choose, for example, the branch to cover the scar, how to make the first, second branch. Very simple, but finally it came out very, very nice. And I kept those trees for maybe 3-4 years, or around 3 years. Maybe 3.5, and then I finished my study in Japan and I sold the 2. One was double trunk, one multiple trunk. I still have photos of them, and only one I kept and I brought with me to Spain. And since then, this Elagnus is always with me. So I will show you now. I will take it. So here is the Elagnus. It had a little bit hard time 1 year that maybe I forgot to water or something and lose a little bit branches inside. But as you can see, is a spectacular ramification, spectacular tree that double actually the size of the trunk. The trunk was half size. In these 20 years, basically the tree grows so much that the trunk is swollen in size. And from small pot that I still also have this pot in the garage, it passed to the much bigger shohin. I believe that it's still shohin size, maybe a little bit big shohin, but so probably arrangement for this tree will be a little bit different as a shohin display. But what I want to say that it passed 20 years from the digging this tree, and I decided that this year is the perfect year to commemorative year to remember about Oyakata, and the tree is so good that I can proudly try to exhibit at the 6th Ube Bonsai exposition in Aranjuez. And I'm very happy also because another good things about, bonsai and all the stories about bonsai is that on my last year, basically, when I studied in Japan, I fall in love in very special pot, and I bought it from Oyakata. This is the most expensive pot that I actually get in my collection. It's only one. Is this pot, and the maker is very famous Chinese pottery, very whitish, bluish glaze, not very common, but very appreciated by Japanese to use, for example, for all the species that there have red berries, beautiful berries, because the contrast of this glaze with the red color of the berries is really beautiful. Of course, this Elagnus didn't get the flowers, or maybe it get flowers, but it didn't get any fruits. No problem. It's still very nice combination. And I never used this pot. It was always in the store in the garage. Maybe because I never found any good example of the tree to plant it. Maybe because I just want to keep it, come closer, I will show you the pot. So normally good product or good items or the special items are in the Pavlovnia box. They are also packed in the like a cloth, and sometimes maybe you can find at the back or in here, or sometimes even inside, Japanese sentences or written inside who was the owner. Of course, this pot is not that old, that probably passed many owners, although it's more than 100 years old. But it will be very special. It's one of many probably of these pots. It will be one unique. You might find a written name of the owner inside the box. So that's make the value, make the history, make the very special item, which is placed in this box, because you have a name of the owner, and then the secondary owner, then the third owner, and maybe some history who made it or whatever. Maybe you can find also a small paper inside that also explain all the history of the product which is inside the box. So this is the special glazed, very pale bluish glaze. And here you have two stamps. One is of the Chen Wenju, was the maker, is represent the Chinese pottery around 100 years old, probably a little bit more. In this Chinese book that I really love, because it's about the Chinese pottery. Come, I show you the book as well. So this book is unique to find on market. I went to get this book in Hong Kong. When I travel from one country to another, I make the appointment with the Hong Kong seller. It's a Chinese book, so this all the Chinese pottery from, I don't know, Ming Dynasty, or when the pottery it looks like a cement. That is very, very unique, this book. Don't know how many example were made, but it's the chunky, special printing, which is covering all the pottery from the very, very old time. Maybe I will show you how the pottery looks long time ago. It's kind of very rough. They are the most old pots for bonsai. As you know, that the bonsai actually came from China. So we will not find the oldest pots in Japan. We will find the oldest pots in China. And they are basically looks like a cement bricks, not really refined, but those are the most old. How old, I don't know. We need to read the book it's not my profession to know the ceramic, but this pot that I show you is also featured in many Japanese books, because this is the important Chinese pottery. And I would like to show you a stamp that is also in this book. So in this book also you can find, to recognize, to be able to recognize if this is the Chinese pottery or Japanese, although the Japanese pots are based on the old Chinese pots. You have an example of the legs that they are normally in many Japanese and Chinese pots. Many of them are just unique to the Chinese style, and also you can see drainage holes that they were strictly related with the Chinese pottery. So that was very easy to recognize this is a very old Chinese pot or this is the Japanese, because the Chinese pottery was totally different. And very, very nice to know about it. And here at the back are the old famous Chinese potters, artists, and one of them, exactly this stamp here, but also is in very old Japanese book, also is here this stamp. Yeah, so that's how you can recognize that this very important masterpiece as a pot, because you have a stamp in these two books. Also in the other books that I have there also appear the stamp. So it's the kiln that is very good kiln, and we can appreciate this art of pottery because we have this evidence, 100 years old evidence of the pots. So this is this beautiful, unique, with a lot of patina, special blue pot that I would like to, is related, that is the only the most special pot that in my collection. The tree is from Oyakata, the pot is from Oyakata, and I would like that this will be a dedication for my teacher, that the tree gets to the point that it match this very old pot, because the year before the tree was not so special to put in this very, very unique, very old pot. Remember that all young trees doesn't look good in old pot, but also very old trees doesn't look good in new pot. That everything in bonsai need to match, and this is the moment that we would like to show you, this special moment. Like I put the crown for the tree and put the nice shoe with the tree. So now we are going to repot this Elagnus in this old Chinese pot. We have a full display to prepare. Also very, very nice tree, gardenia. We'll cover gardenia display as well for the next ube. Both these displays are gonna be placed at the ube. Thank you for your attention. We record this both trees and many other displays for the upcoming episodes. I believe that you will enjoy them very well, with a lot of explanation, with a lot of attention to details. Well, actually, after repotting, this tree became part of a larger composition, but that's another story. Let's make a big things together.